Hey, what is up guys, this is Cobb and welcome to the Fusion event calendar for Lord Entertainer Fabian. Just in man, hot off the press, just released. There's a CVC coming up as well during this event calendar as well, so it's going to be a hectic one and it's going to be a time for all kinds of double dipping and triple dipping and just farming a boatload of rewards on your account even if you are not going for the Fusion, man. It's going to be good. So, first and foremost, what resources should you be going into this Fusion with? Again, this is like a full classic Fusion, right? You're going to be collecting a whole bunch of rare champions from each of these events, and you're also going to be getting your hands on the epic champion, which is actually a void epic, by the way. It's behind my camera just now, all up and over here, so you guys can't see it, but it's a void epic that you're then going to be fusing into Fabian. So what resources should you be going into this with? 1000 gems is a nice cushion to have, to just dump gems on energy potions if you need to get through the grindier events and you're not quite prepared to take those on efficiently. 1000 gems, it's just a nice safe amount to go into the Fusion with. About 25 million silver. There are 3 artifact enhancement events during this that are going to be huge silver dumps though. Of course, the CVC is happening during the Fusion event calendar as well. You're going to be doing a lot of dungeon grinding. It's going to be a great time to forge new artifacts in your forge building during CVC. You're going to be selling a lot of those, so you could go into this Fusion with like 15 million silver and probably do just fine because you're going to be earning a lot of silver as you go. In terms of potions, these are the numbers you're looking at. In terms of magic affinity potions for ascending up your rare champions to get them ready to fuse, as well as the void potion requirements that you're going to be needing to fuse the epics into Fabian. Now, very first thing that I do want to touch on is that we are well overdue a 2x shard pulling event for Ancient Shards. We've not had a 2x event on Ancient Shards since December, actually. 3 months. It's a hell of a long time to have gone without a 2x on Ancient Shards, and so we should be ready for that. Most likely, to be honest, during the Summon Rush event, I think, which sucks a little bit. I wish it was during the Champion Chase tournament, which is down here, but that feels a little bit unlikely. I'd much more expect the 2x on Ancients to show up during the Summon Rush. Why do I mention this? Well, even if you're not doing the Fusion, right? Maybe you started a new account recently with all of the crazy promo links that are going on during the anniversary, and you're not sure, like, obviously you're not ready to take on a Fusion at that point. It still might be a great time to be ready to pull your Ancient Shards. Anyway, speaking of which, man, if you haven't created a new account yet using the insane new sign-up links that are available only during the Raid 6th anniversary events, I've got that promo link down below at the top of the video description box, man. Click on that link, use it to sign up, and you're going to get your hands on Elnarel as a free starter legendary, as well as 3 additional epic champions as you level up your account. It's just absolutely insane. Mental stuff. Yeah, make sure if you're looking to start off a new account, you do it now, man, because this promo link expires at the end of March. So there you go, man. There's your little shout out. But because we don't know when that 2x on Ancient Shards is coming along, we're going to assume that it is coming along. It's going to be a little bit tough to decide how and when you're going to be pulling your shards during these events. So we've got some case scenarios for you, man. First and foremost, Sacred Shards, almost always better to be pulled during Summon Rush events. 6 Sacreds, or like 5 Sacreds and 500 Mystery Shards is another way you can do it to get through Summon Rush events. Tends to be the most efficient way that you can do it, right? 6 Sacreds will just get you the rare champion very quickly, very easily. No bother. Now, you can get an additional free epic champion from the Summon Rush, usually by pulling 4 or 5 additional Sacred Shards during Summon Rush, and then you just get one of the epic champions, and that means you can skip some of the events a little bit later on in the Fusion. That's one way that you can do it. Generally speaking, I just like to hit all of the events anyway, and I'd recommend if this is your very first Fusion that you're ever doing, that you do that anyway, right? And don't take any dicey risks with stuff like this. I just say hit all of the events, and it's better to overshoot than undershoot, right? Now, if there is a 2x available on Ancient Shards during the Summon Rush, should you be pulling your Ancient Shards during the Summon Rush? Well, it really depends if there are double points available in the Summon Rush. For Ancient Shards, normally an Ancient Shard will only give you 20 points. If it's giving you 40 points, then you can get through the Summon Rush with 75 Ancient Shard pulls, which can be pretty good on a 2x if you got an abundance of Ancient Shards lying around and you want to pull the Ancients for the 2x anyway. Fair enough, you do you make that call for your account. I think for most people, the most efficient way is still just going to be to pull the 6 Sacreds. Now, hopefully, the 2x in Ancient Shards actually arrives during the Champion Chase tournament instead. That would be lovely, right? Then you get to pull all kinds of shards, try and win the tournament maybe, get some big rewards, and you don't feel bad then about pulling so many Ancients. Ancients tend to be better to be pulled during Champ Chase anyway. But yeah, either way, if you're on a free-to-play account, you're just starting out, you might want to pull your Ancients during the 2x anyway, just to get your account off to a solid start. Next thing that we've got to touch on is the CVC, and I swear I'll get to like event overlaps and stuff in just a second as well, but the CVC actually doesn't start until... Whoops, what the hell? Until right here, right? The CVC doesn't start until the 11th. So what you want to be doing today on March 10th, even though the fusion events are all starting today on March 10th, I'd recommend just ignoring them. Take it easy, spend your daily energy, right? Don't go absolutely sweat load mode into the fusion events just yet. Take it easy, right? Slow roll this a little bit. And then tomorrow, when the CVC begins at about like midday-ish, I guess, depending on your time slot, absolutely blammer the hell out of all of these events just in the very first day. What I'd say as well, if you can get all of them done during CVC, that would be absolutely incredible, right? Then you're maximizing CVC personal rewards points, as well as just double and triple dipping into all of these events. And likewise, the gear enhancement event does start while the CVC is still active. Blast the hell out of this gear enhancement event and get your rare champion, Mr. Hide Stitcher Bourne, out of this event on day one. Just do it right away because, again, as you're upgrading your artifacts, it's just free CVC points. You might as well get it done. After blasting the hell out of those events, you actually get a little bit of a day or two's reprieve. You get a little bit of a rest until the Ice Golem tournament begins, because the Ice Golem tournament doesn't really start here. That's a bit of a lie. The Ice Golem tournament actually starts here when the Dungeon Divers event starts down below it as well, as you can see. So make sure that you are cashing in on those overlaps as well. You want to be double dipping at all times, basically, during these events. The Dungeon Divers actually doesn't overlap with anything else as well, so you're actually just going to be going for the win, I suppose, in the Ice Golem tournament, because you've got nothing else to double dip with during this Dungeon Divers, right? This right here is just an empty spot of the Dungeon Divers with no double dip potential, so you might as well go all in on the Ice Golem tournament, farm the full Dungeon Divers in that one Ice Golem tournament, and see if you can try and push for the win, because, yeah, you've got nothing else to do, really. Next up, then, we've got a new champ training tournament. You can just do that straight away on the day it launches, no bother. Gear enhancement. The Spider tournament is a little bit gnarly, to be honest. It's got, like, the tiniest little amount of overlap here, now that I look at it. With the very, very end of the Dungeon Divers. Yeah, I'd still recommend that you just full max farm the Dungeon Divers immediately. Don't worry too much about trying to cash in on this overlap. It's like 4 or 5 hours of overlap here between these two events, you know? I think it's just a little bit dicey to do that. You might as well just max farm the Dungeon Divers with Ice Golem. The rest of the Spider tournament doesn't overlap with anything, so farm it at your leisure, I suppose. And then lastly, the Fire Knight is going to overlap as well with Dungeon Divers pretty nicely. And that's it. Just make sure that you are overlapping as much as you can. One final thing, something that's really, really lovely about the Champion Chase tournament arriving a little bit later on in the Fusion event sequence down here, like right at the very end, is that you can actually just be saving up all of your rare champions, right? During this champion training tournament right here, this is when you want to be training up all of your rare champions, have them all sitting at level 40, ready to rock and roll, and ready to be fused into the Epic Champion by the end of this tournament, or get as many of them done as you can. You should be able to get like 3 out of the 4 done, and sitting at level 40, ascended, all of that good stuff. Great. Do not fuse them until the Champion Chase tournament starts down here, right? This is when you want to be fusing your rare champions into the epic champions down here, like so. It's just going to be a free, I think, 950? No, 1,050 Champion Chase tournament points if you're fusing the 3 Void Epics. In fact, if you're able to fuse all 4 of the Void Epics during this Champ Chase tournament, yeah, it's like 1,400 points, you know. It's well worth doing. You might as well cash in the extra little bit of efficiency if you're looking to save on some of your shards. Given that that's like a third of the event covered just by fusing your champions at the right time, you might as well do it. And so, hey man, that is all for the event calendar. Everything else is nice and easy. It's the gear enhancement events. It's the likes of the classic arena events and stuff like that. Nice and simple stuff. Are you guys fusing Fabian? Let me know down below, man. Seems like a very, very, very saucy champ for PvP, and even if you're not PvPing super actively on your account right now, might as well get him if you've got the resources to do it. He seems like a very, very excellent champ to have waiting in the wings. Just in case you change your tune on PvP one day, man, he's going to be a good one to have ready to rock and roll. So thanks for watching. Preemptive good luck, by the way, with your shard pulls and with the CVC event. Get ready to blast like crazy for that. And amen, if you're looking to start off a new raid account in 2025, you know the way to do it. My beginner promo link is down below. It is time limited as hell during the raid 6th anniversary. Yeah, make sure to get it used for your insanely ridiculous, stupendously awesome start to your new raid account in 2025. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'm going to catch all of you all just a tad bit later, man.